This is the DonutSMP, the biggest Minecraft server in the world. And there are a lot of tutorials teaching you how to build these machines that will make you a ton of money. But there is a problem. A lot of beginners don't have the money to build these big machines. So in this video I'm teaching you how to go from $0 to a multi-millionaire in a matter of hours. And to teach you this, I put myself on $0 to see how fast I could reach 10 million. So I put on the gear you spawn with, and then I went to bunch some trees, cause that's how every playthrough starts. And then I got some stone to make stone tools. I made my first bit of money by chopping down some trees and then selling the wood. I already had a pretty good idea of what farm I wanted to build first, but it required some money to build and run. So I had to decide what I would do for my first bit of money. But then while swimming I found a cave, so I decided to explore it and try to earn a bit of money there by maybe selling some iron or stuff like that. So I entered the cave and I decided to mine some iron and then smelt it all up. And while mining iron, I actually managed to find a blue axolotl, and those are worth quite a bit of money. So I decided to grab my iron and then make a bucket and then collect the axolotl and sell it, which actually ended up making me 45k, which was a pretty good start. After gathering enough iron, I decided to pack up my furnaces and then drop down into a deeper part of the cave, where I would be able to maybe find some diamonds. But then I found deep slate coal ore, which is actually a very rare block that people are willing to pay quite some money for. But to mine it, you need silk touch on your pickaxe, and silk touch is quite expensive. So I wanted to get some diamonds so I could put it on a diamond pickaxe. So I dropped down for some diamonds. And then I got blown up by a creeper, and gone was my deep slate coal ore. But no problem, we can always try again, just search for a new cave and make some more money. Yeah, so after that I died a couple more times. But this time I spawned next to a desert, which is a really good place to get some money early game, because sand actually sells for a lot. So to get enough money for the first farm I wanted to build, I decided to mine up all of the sand I could see. And after using one of the keys that you get after 1 hour of playtime, I bought a diamond shovel, which allowed me to mine more sand and do it even quicker. So after spending quite some time digging sand, which actually earns you a lot of money, I was at 250k. And after deciding that this would probably be enough, I dug underground and started building my first little base. And while mining out some more area for my base, I ended up finding a secret base that was already raided, but I still managed to find some hoppers and stuff there that made me a bit of money, which was pretty nice early game. After raiding this player's base and finishing up my own base, I decided to start building the machine that I would be using to make my first $1 million. So, cue the music. To understand the farm a bit better, we first have to take a look at the piston prices on the DonutSMP. See, a piston is worth 7k, which is quite decent, but a sticky piston is worth upwards of $18,000, and slime balls are actually pretty cheap. So this is the main thing we will be exploiting. Because if I ask you right now, how do you craft a piston? Maybe half of you will know what it is and tell me, but the other half will be like, yeah, I'd probably have to search that up. And that is what you have to exploit on the DonutSMP. You have to exploit the laziness of people, because these materials actually don't cost a lot of money to buy. The farm is actually pretty simple. We're just placing down a crafter and then feeding all the materials into the crafter with some hoppers. For the iron and the wood, I'm actually using an auto crafter so that we can use logs and iron blocks. It's actually pretty simple. You just place them in a chest, then under that chest you place a hopper feeding into a crafter. That crafter feeds into a chest that then feeds into a hopper that will then feed into our crafter. Finished result should look something like this, but honestly, if you're really trying to keep it simple, you could also just use 4 hoppers with chests on top of them and just craft the iron blocks and logs yourself. It's a really simple farm. And after that, we just place a chest in front of the crafter. Now, to activate the farm, all we need is a redstone input so that the crafter can start crafting our pistons and put them into the chest. Now, all that's left to do is buy the materials, start crafting, and then buy some slime balls and make sticky pistons. And now start selling away. For me, the prices were ranging from 15k to 20k, but that honestly just depends on the day. And as you can see, after only 10 minutes of using this farm, I was already at $1 million. Now sure, I could just sit here and earn $10 million by using this farm, but the sticky piston market might crash after this video. So that's why I'm also teaching you guys another method that is pretty reliable throughout the entire season of donuts. But first I went up to about 4.5 million, which isn't really required, but you will need quite some money to start off with this method. The method is actually pretty simple, because think about it. What does every player need? Armor. It's something that everyone needs, whatever you're doing on the DonutSMP. So we're going to start with buying some sugarcane and then buying some leather. Then we make some books and then we turn them into bookshelves. Now place down your bookshelves and then don't forget your enchanting table. Now all you realistically have to do is get some lapis, get some diamonds, and then start enchanting your armor. To get XP to start enchanting, I actually just bought bottles of enchanting because they're not that expensive and give some great XP. Now all that's left to do is just to get some mending books and then combine them with your finished up armor sets. Personally, I would only really use chest plates and leggings because those have the least enchantments that get put on them. Now all that's left to do is search for the highest paying order for chest plates and or leggings and then deliver everything. Now this farm might start off a bit slower because you first have to buy all the items, but I was able to get up to 6 million in only 1 hour, and an hour later I was actually already nearly at 10 million because I had now grown accustomed to the method. So that meant I was already at the final delivery. And that's it guys, $10 million on the DonutSMP in only 4 hours, and I truly believe it could be done a lot faster because I had quite some devs in there. So that's it for me guys, thank you all so much for watching, and by the way, if you're looking to raid my base, I made sure to pack up everything, but the infrastructure is still there.